Today we have spent most of the day in the Kroger Beef Boot Camp at what we call the Beef Center. It's located on the Brazos River about 5 miles west of the Texas A&M College Station campus.
The goal of the boot camp is to give these market managers and assistant managers at least a working knowledge of how beef is produced in the United States, and particularly Texas, and also to teach them the difference between the different products they sell in their store, grass-fed, natural, organics, and conventional beef, so that when a customer asks them a question about how that product is produced or what the difference is, or are there any health advantages to one product over another, they'll have an answer for that. We want them to be able to engage that customer and keep them at the beef counter.
The most valuable thing is that it's all about the education of my employees and my associates. So if the information stops here, what I learned, whether it be the pre-harvest, how they're actually brought to slaughter, brought to the plate, if it stops with me, then it's done no justice. So I need to be sure as a coordinator that I pass it on to as many employees as possible.
When I came in, I had really no knowledge. So from the pre-harvest, basically just from even the calves being born and how they're born and how they're weaned from their mothers, all the way to all the transportation that it takes to get the cows from the feeder lot to, the actual processing plant, and how they take certain steps during each part of the process to check every single cow. So that was pretty eye-opening.
We know you know a lot about meat, but we figured that we really needed to add just a little bit of this in here so that you kind of understood more of that transformation from what you get in the box back to this. And so we're going to try to make that transformation just a little bit for you here, using road maps to be able to fabricate this carcass into the various pieces. And so that's really what we're going to talk a little bit about here, how we get to those.
But there is difference in the connective tissue between a round muscle, right, and the tenderloin. That eye around and that strip loin have some pretty big differences. Within a cut, as you get more marbling, you tend to get a little more tenderness.
And we go through the science of what makes a great eating experience, and that's what we actually just finished doing, is talking with them about what impacts the tenderness and the flavor and the juiciness. We do it both from a science standpoint as well as just trying to understand your consumers and the desires of a multitude of different types of consumers. And so to understand what those products are and what makes them different, not necessarily one better than another, but really what just makes them taste different and how they're produced differently in our production systems.
Wouldn't there be a great way if we could select the upper ends of the select US beef and the choice US beef, in order to maximize the flavor potential and minimize undesirable eating experiences? And that's what programs like Nolan Ryan Tender Age Beef and Private Angus Selection does.
I think today kind of sheds some light what the difference is between all the varieties we carry in the stores, and it not only helps our market managers to help the consumer, but also helps the market manager manage their day-to-day operation.
The reason we targeted them is, again, because they engage the customer every day. So we feel lucky that we have the opportunity to engage them and provide some of that basic information that will make them a better source of information to the customers that come into their meat market every day.
So tomorrow, each one of these meat market managers and system managers are going to go home and they're going to go back to their stores, and they're going to again be met by consumers that will come in throughout the day asking them questions about beef products, about beef, how beef is raised, and about what products are better and how to cook certain products. So we really hope that they're armed now with more information that will help them better understand the answers that they should give them. Answers that are scientific answers, but also answers that are practical answers that will help that consumer provide a very high quality eating experience once they take that product home and they cook it.